Good afternoon, dear friends. Happy Wednesday to all of you. So lawmakers are taking big action this week, and many Democrats and Republicans are discussing new plans that would help cut the poverty rate in half. Many states have established new crisis relief programs that are aiming to provide low-income households with extra money during this crisis. So this relief may come in the form of a one-time payment. Friends, please make sure that you watch until the end of this video to hear about all of the new details. Also know that I'll be giving away a $50 Walmart gift card every day. If you would like to enter these giveaways, please make sure that you click and like several of my videos. And please comment below the keyword of each video that you watch. The more videos that you comment on, the more likely your chances of winning these giveaways.
Well, thank you. There may only be a few weeks left in this Congress, but I can tell you Democrats are ready to get more done. Every one of us wants to make sure that we pass the strongest end-of-the-year package possible in a timely way. We absolutely need to make sure that government is funded. That is priority number one. But as we have shown time and again in the past few years, we are not content with bare minimums. This is a Democratic majority that is ready to work. Whether it was passing the American Rescue Plan to get our country back on its feet, or the bipartisan infrastructure law to keep America moving forward, Senate Democrats have been busy working for the American people, lowering costs and building a stronger economy for all of our families. We passed legislation to lower drug costs, bring back American manufacturing, keep the Postal Service running.
Many of the crisis tax benefits from the past few years, like the expanded child tax credit, temporary expansions to the child and dependent care credit, and the federal stimulus payments, ended at the end of 2021, which could mean that your refund will be a little bit smaller this year. And some Americans may find themselves owing taxes. According to Mark Stieber, a tax expert for Jackson Hewitt, next year, a lot of things that were put into place for 2021 and some part of 2022 will revert back to pre-crisis years, which can lead to refund shock or, importantly, balance due shock. In addition, some new regulations were put into place. Student loan forgiveness is exempt from federal taxation, but borrowers in some states may still owe taxes. One of the changes is that the standard deduction for 2022 is much higher. It's typical for the standard deduction to increase a little each year, along with the rate of inflation. For your 2022 tax return, the standard deduction for single filers has been increased to $12,950. That is up by $400, and it has been bumped up by $800 for those married filing jointly. The standard deduction is what most taxpayers with simple tax returns claim to reduce their taxable income. Income tax brackets are also higher in 2022. For this year, income tax brackets were also raised to account for inflation. Your income brackets refer to how much tax you owe based on your adjusted gross income, which is the money you make before taxes are taken out. While the changes were very slight, if you were at the bottom of a higher tax bracket in 2021, you may have bumped down to a lower rate for your 2022 tax return. While the 2021 had a temporary expansion of the child tax credit, including eligibility for more dependent children and offering advance payments, that isn't the case for your 2022 taxes. The child tax credit has dropped back down to its pre-crisis amount, which is $2,000 per child, and is now only available for children under 17 years of age. The credit, which was fully refundable last year, is now only partially refundable to some lower-income parents, and advance payments are no longer in effect. However, friends, it's important to note that you can still claim the child tax credit in 2022. This may help boost your refund or may help offset a tax bill. And while the federal benefits have decreased, some states are offering child tax credit benefits this year and next year. The keyword for this video is Maui. If you would like to enter today's Walmart gift card giveaway, please click and like several of my videos and then comment below this keyword, which is Maui, and additional keywords of any video of mine that you watch. And do make sure, friends, that you're also subscribed to my channel. Governor Phil Scott of Vermont has signed a tax cut package into law that will send $1,000 for every child 5 and under to Vermont households that are making $125,000 or less. With federal stimulus spending flooding the state's economy and boosting tax receipts, the Democrat-controlled legislature and Republican governor agreed on something they are usually at odds over, which is cutting taxes. The House initially sought to spend nearly $15 million, almost entirely dedicated to the child tax credit alone. The Senate responded with a $36 million package, only $22.5 million of which would have gone to the child tax credit. In 2022, lawmakers in the state of New Mexico and New Jersey created new child tax credits. Like California's, New Jersey's, and Vermont's new credits are permanent, while New Mexico's is scheduled to expire in 2027. Despite variation, these state credits represent a meaningful first step in enhancing the economic security and general well-being of children across the country. Well, my amazing and beautiful friends, that is the end of my daily stimulus update video for this afternoon. Thank you, my dear friends, for joining me here once again and watching the new videos I post. Thank you, friends, and have a wonderful and blessed day.
Ports that are clogged, you're worrying about flooding in different water systems. We think about bridges that are aging and what we can do to help those. And this is what President Biden talked with us about in the White House. This proposal is fully paid for, does not need to have any raises in taxes, and avoids the big threat to the economy right now, which is inflation. Inflation is the #1 threat to our nation right now in our economy. And that's not just me saying it. It's Larry Summers, who had a long piece in the Washington Post the other day talking about inflation that is coming and coming faster and to a greater degree than he even thought. And it's because of all the additional spending that's going on because of this additional trillions of dollars going into the economy. So when we talk about this $700 billion or repurposing money, there is clearly money that should be spent in ways where the money has already been committed. It's not additional borrowing and additional spending. This is what we talked with the president about. This is what he has asked for from us, and this is something that can actually pass. What we're proposing today could pass in a bipartisan way, and of the old nickname for Joe Biden is Middle Class Joe. This is something he would normally be for, and this is something that the middle class of America would say, yeah, this makes sense to us. On the other hand, you have the Democrats demanding first $6 trillion and now $7 trillion